Hey guys, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a little while, but recently we had moved and we're in our new house now, so I'll kind of flip you guys around real quick, show you the, I guess you could say, Howland garage. Yes, the beast fits in here. So it is so nice to have her finally inside, but it's a pretty good size garage, shop, whatever you want to call it. Tucker's hanging out. Kind of come from the back end here and kind of give you guys a better view. Sorry about all the Christmas stuff, still waiting to put that up. But yeah, for a 3-car garage in this house, you can see the truck fits perfectly. So what we're going to do today is we're going to do some rock lights. I have some older Pro Comp rock lights. They work just fine, but I've always been looking at upgrading just to get more light output. So here's everything we're pretty much going to use to get these things installed. These are the Profile Performance, and I'll have a link in the description for where I got these from. My buddy Michael May hooked me up. If you guys haven't seen him on Instagram, his truck is or his handle will be at the bottom of the screen. But these are the lights that I talked with him, and we worked out a deal, and he sent me out 26 rock lights. So 12 of them are going to have magnets. And these magnets right here are pretty strong. It's still in the casing, but oh hell, that didn't go real well. But they stick real good, and these are going to be able to stick to the frame rails and things like that. And we'll figure it out from there. They also come with magnets. These are the magnets that we're going to use. It's a rubber-coated magnet, and it uses this screw to hook into the middle of the light itself right there, if you guys can see that. But they are very good at sticking. And they're a pretty powerful magnet. Like, I'm trying to pull it off. It takes a little bit. So those are the ones we're going to be using for the frame rails and the underbody of the truck. What we're going to do is we're going to put 3 in each wheel well. So 3 in this one. We're going to do 4 along the sides here. Obviously 3 in this wheel well, and then we're going to do 2 in the front, 2 in the back, and 3 in the same on the other side. What I'm thinking about doing is taking some of my old wheel lights, rock lights, or whatever the hell you want to call them. I don't know if you guys can see them. They're those Pro Comp ones. I'm thinking about taking a couple of those and throwing them up here. So probably like at an angled surface, like right there, and pointing them towards the engine. So and wiring them into this light here. I haven't had this light on in God knows how long. I think I pulled the fuse for a little while ago, but I'm thinking about pulling that out and just wiring it into that so the light can just go onto the motor that way. They're LEDs, it shouldn't draw too much power, but I also bought a relay kit off of Amazon for these lights. But so since I'm going to do 26 lights, I figured I just don't want to tie them directly to the battery. I'm going to wire them into the relays. So we're going to learn as we go. I'll show you guys what I do, and hopefully it all works out. The hardest part about this is getting this stuff wired in. This is a 14 gauge wire. I have to go buy some black wire, some grounding wire later. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to run this up one side of the truck, so it'll have pretty much go to the entire length of this side. I'm going to run one on the entire length of the other side, and then I'm going to pigtail all of the ones that are in the wheel wells together to where they have one lead, so I don't have to hook up 3 separate lights to one wire. And I think I'm going to do that for the ones on the rail as well, so I don't have to keep pigtailing into the actual main wire that goes around. So I'm going to try to do it in a big U fashion to where it goes completely around the truck and comes up to the front. I'm still contemplating putting some in the grill, but I'm just unsure yet. I don't want to go too crazy. I have 2 extras for the grill just in case I wanted to do that, but we'll see how that goes later. I may just throw those on the middle of the truck down the bottom so it can give more light off. But all right guys, just wanted to show you guys a real quick before, and then we'll do it after once we get everything done. So here we go. Go turn the lights out. Wait for the headlights to go out. So this is your before. Lights up pretty decent. I only have 5 lights because I have one extra one in the passenger side rear, but this is 4 lights. Next will be 26. All right, guys, it's been a few days since that last clip you guys just seen, but I just installed all the lights. I was gonna video it, but if you guys know wiring and doing a job like this, it is the farthest thing from fun. So wiring is not hard, it's just time consuming, especially when you want to make it look right. So what I did is I'll walk you guys around the truck and I'll show you guys real quick how I wired everything up, and then I'll tell you exactly the wiring routing, and then I'll get under the truck and show you as well. So here's the rear. We have 3 lights in the back wheel wells. I have 2 under there, 3 in the back, and then I have 4 right here, 3 in the front. As you can see, Dodge, it's nice because they have these panels that kind of already lean towards the suspension. So there's that one. There's this one over here, and then if you can see ever so slightly, I have one here, but this one also shines down towards the suspension, so it gets really lit up really quickly. I'll show you guys, will see later, but I got the frame spray painted. I used some chassis paint to kind of clean it up a little bit in here, and then yeah, it turned out really well. I put 2 up here, as you can see right here. These are like these, I want to say they're like stops in case you get into a collision. You won't drive up on some people, but you'll see them here in a second. And what I did was I ran a black and red wire, so a power and a ground wire, starting at the rear wheel well. I ran it from there. It came all the way up to the sides here. The 4 lights here, I pigtailed into one, and then it came up through here. I routed it through, like back up through here, along the grill, through this headlight, and they all come up right about here. So I'll explain this here in a second and show you guys exactly how I wired it. All right, let's see my little handy dandy headlamp. If you guys don't have one of these, man, you're friggin' missing out. But anyway, coming up under the engine here is where we came through with the wiring. So it's not pretty right now, but both wire harnesses came through. I had one wire harness come up through here, and I tucked it behind this fuse panel. And then here's the 2 red wires. So if you guys can see those right here, these are the 2 that comes from the passenger side and the driver's side, and I connected them here to the relay. The relay is sitting kind of back here. It's not ideal, but I still need to clean it up. I just haven't had time yet, and nobody ever sees underneath the hood for right now. So kind of stashing that little booger back there. I have, for the relay itself, I'll show you guys a picture in a brief second. And then one of these goes to power, the black goes to ground. This wire, I think it's a white wire on the fuse, on the relay, goes to the actual lights themselves, and then one of these goes to the switch that's actually inside the truck. So I have an extra one real quick and I'll show you that. So the blue actually goes to the battery, the white actually goes to the switch, red goes to the lights, and then the black goes to the ground. And when you're doing this, the reason I went with a relay was because I didn't want to have all of that power sitting at my actual rock light inside the cab. That's how you burn a vehicle down. So it's just a 40 amp fuse, or 40 amp relay. It just plugs in here. There's no way to mess it up because one of the prongs on the back is just vertical, and you just plug it in and it goes easy day. So that's the relay I installed for it. All right, so we're at the back of the truck right now. As I showed you guys earlier, these are magnets, so they come off fairly quick, fairly easy, but man, they hold really well. So as I said, I have 3 back here. I got 1 above the rear diff, and I got 2 just on the back here that are stuck to the frame. I wired this one and this one out this wheel well, so it meets over here with this wheel well liner, and then that one goes to that wheel well liner. So I'll show you guys the wheel wells themselves. I'm on my creeper here, so don't mind the noise, but 1, 2, and 3. And then coming underneath the truck, we have 1 back by the fuel tank, 1 here in the middle of the frame rail, 1 here on the front. It's right behind my BDS drop bracket for the control arms. And then I got 1 actually on the body right here. So this will kind of shine down this way, and it doesn't really leave any shadows. Coming up this way, like I said, we have 3 in each wheel well. See how it just shines it up really well? And then I have 1 on those crash brackets, I guess you could say. Turned out really well. Go to the other side, kind of the same thing. You'll see it from a better angle on the ground now. So no shadows, and as you guys seen in the last one, I'll put a before and after at the very end. But just very clean light. There's no shadows. I mean, there's a kind of a shadow in the back for the rear diff, but it's a very clean look. In order to get these front wheel well liners out with this BDS dual shock hoop, you have to pull the shock hoop out. That's a job in itself. So man, that sucks that you got to do that. But pulling these fender liners out and wiring these things up are a pain in the butt. And then last but not least, the passenger side rear liner. So turned out pretty good. I only actually have 25. I have 1 extra light up here on the workbench. I just don't know what I want to do with it. I was going to use it on the frame, but I don't have an extra magnet, so probably hit up Mike, get a magnet from him, and just kind of go from there. I have yet to put one on the hood. I'm thinking I'm just gonna possibly get some magnets from Mike and hang 2 extra up here. But man, you guys know wiring sucks. And as you guys will see a picture real quick. This is all the wiring that was left over after the job was complete. All right, so I'll go out, I'm gonna turn the lights off real quick. As you guys can see, it's still daylight out. It's about 12:50 local time, Central Standard Time. And I'll turn the lights out, but you guys can definitely see how big of a difference it makes from the old lights. So here we go. Really clean light output. It just covers everywhere very well. So I'll get you guys a better video this evening when the sun goes down, just to show you exactly how it looks. And oh yeah, if you guys haven't seen these switches, they're pretty cool. It's actually labeled rock lights. It's just a push button. If you go ahead and check Amazon out, I think it was where I got this one. This one was already installed because the light bar was on the truck, but I want to say I found this one on Amazon. If I have a link for it, I'll put it down in the description. It's like 10 bucks. All right guys, it's a first for me. My camera's messed up, so I can't freaking use it and upload the last part of this video. So what we'll do is we'll go outside, we'll take a look at the truck, and I'll show you guys what she looks like with the lights turned on. All right guys, sorry about the wind noise, but we'll try to make this quick. Here she is in all her glory. She looks good. So bright, not much shadowing. Turned out real well. Got that new chrome tip on there, or stainless, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, it turned out real well. 25 lights, this is what it'll get you. Need some powder coat up in here. All right guys, appreciate you guys coming out and watching this video. If you guys haven't been here before, please get down there and like, comment, subscribe. If you have any questions, please leave your comments down below and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. So once again, appreciate each and every single one of you guys. Until then, we'll see you on the next upload. Have a good one.